persuade me not. I will make a star chamber matter of it. If he were 20 Sir John Falstaff, he should not abuse Robert Shallow so.
If Sir John Falstaff have committed disparagements unto you, I am of the church and will be glad to do my benevolence to make atonements and compromises between you.
On my life, if I were young again, the sword should end it.
It is better that friends is the sword and end it. And there is also another device in my brain, which peradventures brings good discretions with it. There is Anne Page, which is daughter to Master Thomas Page, which is pretty virginity.
Mistress Anne Page. She has brown hair and speaks small, like a woman.
It is that very person for all the world, and just as you will desire it. It were a good motion if we leave our pribbles and prabbles and desire a marriage between Master Abraham and Mistress Anne Page.
Did her grandsire leave her £700?
Aye, and her father is make her a better penny.
I know the young gentlewoman. She has good gifts.
£700 in possibilities is good gifts.
Well, let us see, honest Master Page. Is Falstaff there?
Shall I tell you a lie? The knight Sir John is there, and I beseech you, be ruled by your well-willers. I will be to the door for Master Page. What ho! God bless your house here.
Who's there?
Here is God's blessing and your friend and Justice Shallow, and here young Master Slender, that peradventures shall tell you another tale if matters grow to your likings.
I am glad to see your worships well.
Master Page, I am glad to see you. Much good do with your good heart. How doth good Mistress Page, and I thank you always with my heart. With my heart.
I am glad to see you, good Master Slender.
How does your fallow greyhound, sir? I heard say he was outrun on Cotsall.
Sir, he's a good dog and a fair dog. Can there be more said? He is good and fair. Is Sir John Falstaff there?
Sir, he is within, and I could do a good office between you.
It is spoke as Christians ought to speak.
He has wronged me, Master Page.
Sir, he doth in some sort confess it.
If it be confessed, it is not redressed. Is not that so, Master Page? He hath wronged me. Indeed, he hath at a word. He hath. Believe me, Robert Shallow, Esquire, saith he is wrong.
Here comes Sir John.
Now, Master Shallow, you'll complain of me to the king?
Knight, you have beaten my men, killed my deer, and broke open my lodge.
But not kissed your keeper's daughter.
King, this shall be answered.
I will answer it straight. I have done all this. There, now it's answered.
The council shall know this.
'Twere better for you if it were known in council. You'll be laughed at.
Oh, Caverba, Sir John, good words.
Good words, good cabbage. Slender, I broke your head. What matter have you against me?
Marry, sir, I have matter in my head against you, and against your coney-catching rascals, Bardolph, Nym, and Pistol.
Banbury cheese.
Aye, it is no matter.
How now, Mephistopheles?
Aye, it is no matter.
Slice, I say. Poka, slice. Slice, that's my humor.
We're simple, my man. Can you tell, cousin?
Peace, I pray you. Now let us understand, there is 3 umpires in this matter, as I understand. That is Master Page, Vidlicet Master Page, and there is myself, Vidlicet myself, and the 3 party is, lastly and finally, mine host of the garter.
We 3 to hear it and end it between them.
Very good. I will make a brief note of it in my notebook, and we will afterwards work upon the cause with as great discreetly as we can.
Pistol!
He hears with ears.
Pistol, did you pick Master Slender's purse?
Aye, with Mighty's gloves did he.
Is this true, Pistol?
Oh, it is false if it is a pig purse.
Aha, thou mountain foreigner. Sir John and Master mine, I combat challenge of this Latin bilbo. Word of denial in thy labrys here. Word of denial. Froth and scum, thou liest.
By these gloves, then, 'twas he.
Advise, sir, and past good humors. I will say merry trap with you if you run the nut hooks humor on me. That is the very note of it.
By this hat, then, he in the red face had it. For though I cannot remember what I did when you made me drunk, yet I am not altogether an ass.
What say you, Scarlett and John?
Why, sir, for my part, I say the gentleman had drunk himself out of his 5 senses.
Oh, it is his 5 senses. 5 what the ignorance is.
And being fat, sir, was, as they say, cashiered, and so conclusions pass the careers.
Aye, you spake in Latin then too, but 'tis no matter, I'll ne'er be drunk whilst I live again, but in honest, civil, godly company.
Oh, God judged me, that is a virtuous mind.
You hear all these matters denied, gentlemen. You hear it.
Nay, daughter, carry the wine in. We'll drink within.
Oh, heaven, this is Mistress and Page.
How now, Mistress Ford?
Mistress Ford, by my troth, you are very well met. By your leave, good mistress.
Wife, bid these gentlemen welcome. Come, we have a hot venison pasty to dinner. Come, gentlemen, I hope we shall drink down all unkindness.
I had rather than 40 shillings, I had my book of songs and sonnets here. How now, Simple? Where have you been? I must wait on myself, must I? You have not the book of riddles about you, have you?
Book of riddles? Why, did you not lend it to Alice Shortcake upon All Hallowmass last, a fortnight afore Michaelmas?
Come, cuz, we stay for you. A word with you, cuz. Mary, this, cuz, there is, as 'twere a tender, a kind of tender made afar off by Sir Hugh here. Do you understand me?
Aye, sir, you shall find me reasonable. If it be so, I shall do that is reason. I will do as my cousin Shallow says.
But that is not the question. The question is concerning your marriage.
Aye, there's the point, sir.
Marry is it, the very point of it, to Mistress Anne Page.
Why, if it be so, I will marry her upon any reasonable demands.
Can you affection the woman? Let us command to know that of your mouth or of your lips. For divers philosophers hold that the lips is parcel of the mouth. Therefore, precisely, can you carry your goodwill to the maid?
Cousin Abraham Slender, can you love her?
I hope, sir. I will do as it shall become one that would do reason.
Nay, God's lords and ladies, you must speak positable. If you can carry her, your desires towards her.
That you must will you upon good dowry marry her.
I will do a greater thing than that, upon your request, cousin, in any reason.
Nay, conceive me, sweet cuz. What I do is to pleasure you, cuz. Can you love the maid?
I will marry her, sir, at your request, but if there be no great love in the beginning, yet heaven may decrease it upon better acquaintance. When we are married and have more occasion to know one another, I hope upon familiarity will grow more contempt. But if you say marry her, I will marry her, that I am freely dissolved and dissolutely.
It's a very discretion answer. His meaning's good.
Aye, I think my cousin meant well.
Aye, or else I would be hanged. La.
Here comes fair Mistress Anne. Oh, would I were young for your sake, Mistress Anne.
The dinner is on the table. My father desires your worship company.
I shall wait on him, fair Mistress Anne.
God's blessed will. I will not be absent at the grace.
Will't please your worship to come in, sir?
No, I thank you, forsooth, heartily. I am very well.
I might not go in without your worship. They will not sit till you come.
Faith, I'll eat nothing. I thank you as much as though I did.
I pray you, sir, walk in.
I'd rather walk here, I thank you. Why do your dogs bark so? Be the bears in the town?
I think there are, sir. I heard them talked of.
I love the sport well, but I shall soon quarrel at it, as any man in England. You are afraid if you see the bear loose, are you not?
I indeed, sir.
That's meat and drink to me. Now, But women, indeed, cannot abide them. They are very ill-favored, rough things.
Come, gentle Master Slender, come, we stay for you.
I'll eat nothing, I thank you, sir.
By cock and pie you shall not choose, sir. Come, come.
Nay, pray you, lead the way.
Come on, sir.
Mistress Anne, yourself shall go first.
Not I, sir. Pray you, keep on.
I'll rather be unmannerly than troublesome. You do yourself wrong, indeed.
Go your ways, and ask of Dr. Caius's house which is the way, and there dwells one Mistress Quickly, which is in the manner of his nurse, or his dry nurse, or his cook, or his laundry, his washer, and his ringer.
Well, sir.
Nay, it is better yet, give her this letter, for it is a woman that altogether acquaintance with Mistress Anne Page. Oh, and the letter is to desire to require her to solicit your master's desires to Mistress Anne Page. I pray you be gone. I'll make an end to my dinner. There's pippins and cheese to come.
Mine host of the Garter!
Ah, what says my bully rook? Speaks scholarly and wise.
Truly, mine host, I must turn away some of my followers.
Oh, discard, bully Hercules. Cashier, let them wag. Trot, trot.
I sit at £10 a week.
Thou art an emperor, Caesar, Kaiser, and Feezer. I will entertain Bardolph. He shall draw, he shall tap. Said I well, bully Hector?
Do so, good mine host.
I have spoke. Mwah. Let him follow. Now, let me see thee, froth and lime. I am at a word. Follow.
Bardolph, follow him. Tapster is a good trade. Go. Adieu.
It is a life I have desired. I will thrive.
Oh, base Hungarian wight, wilt thou the Spigot wield?
Eat is gotten in drink, is not the humor conceded.
I am glad I am so acquit of this tinderbox. His thefts were too open. His filching was like an unskillful singer. He kept not time. Which of you know Ford of this town?
Well, I can the white. Here's substance good.
My honest lads, I will tell you what I'm about.
2 yards and more?
No quips now, pistol. Indeed, I am in the waist 2 yards about, but now I am about no waste. I am about thrift. Briefly, I do mean to make love to Ford's wife. I spy entertainment in her. She discourses, she carves, she gives the leer of invitation. I can construe the action of her familiar style, and the hardest voice of her behavior to be Englished rightly is, I am Sir John Falstaff.
Oh, he hath studied her will and translated her will out of honesty into English.
Iyengar is deep. Will that humor pass?
No. The report goes that she has all the rule of her husband's purse. He hath a legion of angels.
As many devils entertain, and to her, boy, say I.
Humor rises. It is good. Humor me the angels.
I have writ me here letter to her, and here another to Page's wife. Yes, who even now gave me a good eyes too, examined my parts with most judicious oleads. Sometimes the beam of her view gilded my foot, sometimes my portly belly.
Then did the sun on dunghill shine.
For that humor.
Oh, she did so coarse, oh my exteriors, such greedy intention, that the appetite of her eye did seem to scorch me up like burning glass. Oh, now, here's another letter to her. Yes. She bears the purse too. She is a region of Guiana, all gold and bounty. I will be cheater to them both, and they shall be exchequers to me. They shall be my East and West Indies. I will trade to them both. Go bear thou this letter to Mistress Page, and thou this letter to Mistress Ford. We will thrive, lads. We will thrive.
Shall I Sir Pandarus of Troy become, and by my side wear steel? Then Lucifer, take all.
I will run no base humor. Here, take the humor letter. I will keep the behavior reputation.
Oh, Sirrah, bear you these letters tightly. Sail like my pinnace into these golden shores. Rogues, hence, avaunt. Vanish like hailstones, go trudge, plod away the hoof, seek shelter, pack. Falstaff will learn the humor of the age. French shrift, you rogues, myself and the skirted page.
Let vultures gripe thy guts, for gourd and Fulham holds, and high and low beguiles the rich and poor. Tester, I'll have it in pouch when thou shalt lack base Phrygian tark.
I have operations which be humors of revenge.
How wilt thou revenge?
By welkin and her star.
With wit or steel?
Both the humors. I will discuss the humor of this love to page.
And I to forge shall eke unfold how Falstaff, varlet vile, his dove will prove, his gold will hold, and his soft couch defile.
My humor shall not cool. I will incense page to deal with poison. I will possess him with yellowness, for the revolt of mine is dangerous. 'Tis my true humor.
Oh, thou art the Mars of malcontents. I second thee, troop on!
Whoa, what? John Rugby, I pray thee, go to the casement and see if you can see my master, Master Dr. Caius coming. If he do in faith and find anybody in the house, here will be an ode abusing of God's patience and the King's English.
I'll go watch.
Peter Simple, you say your name is?
Aye, for fault of a better.
And Master Slender's your master?
Aye, forsooth.
Well, tell Master Parson Evans, I will do what I can for your master. Anne is a good girl, and I wish...
Out, sirs! Here comes my master.
We shall all be sent! Run in here! Oh, good young man, go into the closet. He will not stay so long. Oh, how the days go down and down, and see...
Hey, what is you sing? I do not like these toys. I pray you go and fetch me in my closet une boîte vert.
Oh,
a green box. Do you intend what I speak? A green box.
Aye, forsooth, I'll fetch it to you.
Oh, fais faire ma foi, il fait fâcheux. Oh, je me vais à la queue, la grande affaire.
Is it this, sir?
Eh oui, yeah. Mets-le mon pocket, dépêche, quickly. Oh, where's that knave Rugby?
Here, sir.
Come, take a rapier and come after my heel to the cart.
'Tis ready, sir. Here, in the pouch.
By my trots, I tell you too long, odds me, que j'oublie. There are some simples in my closet that I will not for the world I shall leave behind. Good.
Good. Hey, me? You'll find the young man here and be mad.
Oh, diable! What is in my closet? Villain! Leron! Rugby, my rapier!
The good master be content.
Wherefore shall I be content?
Well, the young man is an honest man.
What shall the honest man do in my closet? There is no honest man that shall come in my closet.
Hear the truth of it. He came of an errand to me from Parson Hugh.
Well?
I, forsooth, should desire her to...
Peace, I pray you!
Peace your tongue, speak your tale.
To desire this honest gentlewoman, your maid, to speak a good word to Mistress Anne Page for my master in the way of marriage.
Send you? Rugby, bell me some paper, I'll tell you a little while.
I am glad he is so quiet. Boy, if he had been thoroughly moved, you should have heard him so loud and so melancholy. But notwithstanding, man, I'll do your master what good I can. My master himself is in love with Mistress Page, but notwithstanding that, I know Anne's mind that neither here nor there.
You jackknip! Give this letter to Sir Hugh. By God, it is a challenge. By God, I will cut all his 2 stones. By God, he shall not have a stone to throw at his dog.
Alas, he speaks but for his friends.
Ah, it is no matter where that. Do not you tell me that I shall have un page for myself. By God, I will kill the Jacques Priest. And I have appointed mine host of the Gentil to measure our weapon. By God, I will myself have an page.
Sir, the maid loves you, and all shall be well. We must give folks leave to prate. What the good jar.
Rugby, come to the court with me, by God. If you have not an page, I shall turn your head out of my door. Follow me, Rugby.
You should have a fool's head of your own. No, I know Anne's mind for that. Never a woman in Windsor knows more of Anne's mind than I do, nor can do more than I do with her. I thank heaven.
Who's within there, ho?
Who's there? I trow. Come near the house, I pray you.
Oh, now, good woman, how dost thou?
The better that it pleases your good worship to ask.
What news? How does pretty Anne Page?
Troth, sir, all is in hands above. But notwithstanding Master Fenton, I'll be sworn on a book. She loves you. Have not your worship a wart above your eye?
Yes, Mary, have I? What of that?
Oh, well, thereby hangs a tale. Good faith, it is such another none. But I detest an honest maid as ever broke bread. We had an hour's talk of that. Wart. I shall never laugh but in maid's company. But indeed, she is given too much to Alicali and musing. But for you, well, go to.
Well, I shall see her today. Hold. There's money for thee. Let me have thy voice in my behalf. If thou seest her before me, commend me.
Will I? In faith, that we will. And I will tell your worship more of the wart the next time we have confidence, and of other wooers.
Well, farewell. I'm in great haste now.
Farewell to your worship. Truly an honest gentleman, but Anne loves him not. For I know Anne's mind as well as another does. Out upon it. What have I forgot?
What? Have I escaped love letters in the holiday time of my beauty, and I am now a subject for them? Let me see. Ask me no reason why I love you, for though love use reason for his physician, he admits him not for his counselor. You are not young, no more am I. Go to then, there's symmetry. You are merry, so am I. Then there's more sympathy. You love sack, and so do I. Would you desire better sympathy? Let it suffice thee, Mistress Page. At the least, if the love of soldier can suffice, that I love thee. I will not say pity me, 'tis not a soldier-like phrase, but I say love me. By me, thine own true knight, by day or night, or any kind of light, with all his might, for thee to fight, John Falstaff. What a Herod of Jewry is this? Oh, wicked world, one that is well nigh worn to pieces with age to show himself a young gallant. What unweighed behavior hath this Flemish drunkard picked with the devil's name out of my conversation, that he dares in this manner assay me? Why, he hath not been thrice in my company. Well, I'll exhibit a bill in the Parliament for the putting down of men. How shall I be revenged on him? For revenged I will be, as sure as his guts are made of puddings.
Oh, Mistress Page, trust me, I was going to your house.
And trust me, I was coming to you.
Oh, Mistress Page, give me some counsel.
What's the matter, woman?
Oh, woman, if it were not for one trifling respect, I could come to such honor.
Oh, hang the trifle, woman. Take the honor. What is it? Dispense with trifles. What is it?
If I could but go to hell for an eternal moment or so, I could be knighted.
What? Thou liest, Sir Alice Ford.
We burn daylight. Here, read. Perceive how I might be knighted. What tempest I trow through this whale, with so many tons of oil in his belly, ashore at Windsor. Oh, how shall I be revenged on him? I think the best way to entertain him with hope. Yes, till the wicked fire of lust have melted him in his own grease. Did you ever hear the like?
Letter for letter, but that the name of Page and Ford differs. Here's the twin brother of thy letter. I warrant he hath 1,000 of these letters writ with blank space for different names. Well, I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man.
Why, yes, this is the very same, the very hand, the very words. What do they think of us?
Nay, I know not. For sure, unless he knows some strain in me that I know not myself, he would never have boarded me in this fury.
Boarding, call you it? Yeah, I'll be sure to keep him above deck.
So will I. If he come under my hatches, I'll never to see again. Let's be revenged on him. Let's appoint him a meeting, give him a show of comfort in his suit, and lead him on with a fine baited delay till he hath pawned his horses to mine host of the Garter.
Nay, I will consent to act any villainy against him, that it may not sully the cherryness of our honesty. Oh, that my husband saw this letter! It would give him such food for his jealousy.
What? Look where he comes, and my good man too. He's as far from jealousy as I am from giving him cause. And that, I hope, is an unmeasurable distance.
Well, you are the happier woman.
Let's consult together against this greasy knight. Come hither.
Well, I hope it be not so. Hope is a curtailed dog in some affairs. Sir John affects thy wife.
Why, sir, my wife is not young.
He woos both high and low, both rich and poor, both young and old, one with another, Ford. He loves the gallimaufry, or perpend.
Love my wife.
With liver burning hot. Take heed, have open eye, for thieves do foot by night. Take heed, ere summer comes, or cuckoo birds do sing. Away, Sir Corporal Nym. Believe it, Page. He speaks sense.
I will be patient. I will find this out.
He loves your wife. There's the short and the long. My name is Corporal Nym. I speak, and I avouch. 'Tis true. My name is Nym, and Falstaff loves your wife. I do. I love not the humor of bread and cheese, and there's the humor of it. Adieu.
The humor of it, quotha. Here is a fellow frights English out of his wits.
I will seek Falstaff.
I have never heard such a drawling, affecting rogue.
If I do find it, well.
How now, Meg?
Whither go you, George? Hark you.
Oh, now, sweet Frank. Oh, why art thou melancholy?
I'm melancholy. I'm not melancholy. Go, get you home. Go.
Faith, thou hast some crotchets in thy head.
No crotchets.
Now, will you go, Mistress Page?
Have with you. You'll come to dinner, George. Look who comes yonder. She shall be our messenger to this paltry knight.
Oh, trust me, I thought on her. She'll fit it.
You are come to see my daughter Anne? Mistress Quickly?
Oh, you, forsooth. And I pray, how does good Mistress Anne?
Go in with us and see. We have an hour's talk with you.
How now, Master Ford?
You heard what this knave told me, did you not?
Yes, and you heard what the other told me.
Do you think there's truth in them?
Hang 'em slaves! Lords, I do not think the knight would offer it. But these that accuse him in his intent towards our wives are a yoke of his discarded men, very rogues. Now they be out of service.
I like it never the better for that. Does he lie at the garden?
Aye, marry does he. If he should intend this voyage towards my wife, I would turn her loose to him, and what he gets more of her than sharp words? Let it lie on my head.
I do not misdoubt my wife, but I would be loath to turn them together. A man may be too confident. I would have nothing lie on my head. I cannot be thus satisfied.
Look where my ranting host of the Garter comes. There is either liquor in his pate or money in his purse when he looks so merrily. How now, mine host?
How now, bully rook? Thou art a gentleman, cavalier of justice, I say.
I follow, mine host, I follow. Good, even and 20, Master Page. Look, Master Page, will you go with us? We have sport.
Tell him, cavalier of justice. Tell him, bully rook.
Sir, there is a fray to be fought between Sir Hugh, the Welsh priest, and Caius, the French doctor.
Good, my host of the Garter. Hey, a word with you?
What sayest thou, my bully rook?
Will you go with us to behold it? My merry host hath had the measuring of their weapons, and I think hath appointed them contrary places. And believe me, I hear the parson is no jester. Hark, I will tell you what our sport shall be.
Thou hast no suit against my knight, my guest cavalier, eh?
No, none, I protest. But I will give you a pottle of burnt sack to give me recourse to him and tell him that my name is Brooke. Only for a jest.
My hand, bully, thou shalt have egress and regress. Said I well? And thy name shall be Brooke. Oh, it is a merry night. Here, boys, here. Shall we wag?
Have with you. I would rather hear them scold than fight.
Though Page be a secure fool, and stand so firmly on his wife's frailty, yet I cannot put off my opinion so easily. She was in his company at Page's house, and what they made there I know not. Well, I'll look further into it. Oh, and I have a disguise to sound Falstaff. If I find her honest, I lose not my labor. If she be otherwise, 'tis a labor well bestowed.
I will not lend thee a penny.
Why, then the world is mine oyster, with which I with sword will open.
Not a penny. And a word, hang no more about me. I am no gibbet for you. Go. You'll not bear a letter for me, you rogue. You stand upon your honor. I myself sometimes, leaving the fear of God on the left hand and hiding mine honor in my necessity, am fain to shuffle, to hedge, and to lurch. And yet you, rogue, will ensconce your rags, your cat-o'-mountain looks, your red lattice phrases, and your bold-beating oaths under the shelter of your honor. You will not do it, you.
I do relent. What would thou more of man? Oh.
Mince.
Sir, here's a woman would speak with you.
Let her approach.
Give your worship good morrow.
Good morrow, good wife. What with me?
There is one Mistress Ford, sir. I pray, come a little near this ways. I myself dwell with Dr. Caius.
Yes, well on, Mistress Ford, you say?
Your worship says very true. I pray, your worship, come a little nearer this ways.
Well, Mistress Ford, what of her?
Oh, why, sir, she's a good creature. Lord, worship's a wanton. Well, heaven forgive you and all of us, I pray.
Mistress Ford, come, Mistress Ford.
Oh, Mary, this is the short and the long of it. You have brought her into such a canaries as 'tis wonderful. There has been knights and lords and gentlemen that would have won any woman's heart, and I warned you, they could never get an eye wink of her.
Yeah, but what says she to me? Be brief, my good she Mercury.
Mary, she hath received your letter, for the which she thanks you 1,000 times. And she gives you to notify that her husband will be absent from his house between 10 and 11.
10 and 11.
Aye, forsooth. And then you may come and see the picture. She says that you wot of. Oh, Master Ford, her husband will be from home.
10 and 11. Woman, commend me to her. I will not fail her.
Why, you say well, but I have another messenger to your worship. Mistress Page hath her hearty commendations to you too. And let me tell you in your ear, come here. She bade me tell your worship that her husband is seldom from home, but she hopes there will come a time. I never knew a woman so dote upon a man. Surely, I think you have charms. La, yes, in truth.
Not I. Surely, setting the attractions of my good parts aside, I have no other charms.
Oh, blessing on your heart for it.
But I pray thee, tell me this. Has Ford's wife and Page's wife acquainted each other how they love me?
Oh, that were a jest indeed. They have not so little grace, I hope. Oh, that were a trick indeed. But Mistress Page would desire you to send her your little page of all loves. And look you, he may come and go between you both, that you may know one another's mind. And the boy never need to understand anything, for 'tis not good that children should know any wickedness. Old folks, you know, have discretion, as they say, and know the world.
Fare thee well. Commend me to them both. Oh, there. Here's for thy purse. I am yet thy debtor. Boy, go along with this woman. This news distracts me.
Sir John, there's one Master Brooke below would fain speak with you and be acquainted with you, and hath sent your worship a morning's draft of sack.
Ooh, hey. Brooke is his name.
Aye, sir.
Call him in. Such brooks are welcome to me that o'erflow with such liquor.
That's you, sir.
And you, sir, would you speak with me?
I make bold to press with so little preparation upon you.
Oh, you're welcome. What's your will?
Well, sir, I'm a gentleman that have spent much, and my name's Brooke.
Good Master Brooke, I desire more acquaintance of you.
Good Sir John, I have a whole bag of money here. It troubles me. Now, if you will help me to bear it, Sir John, take all, or well, take half, for easing me of the carriage.
Sir, I know not how I may deserve to be your porter.
I'll tell you, sir, if you'll give me the hearing.
Speak, good Master Brooke. I shall be glad to be your servant.
There's a gentlewoman in this town. Her husband's name is Ford.
Well, sir?
I have long loved her, and I protest to you, bestowed much on her. Now, briefly, I have pursued her as love hath pursued me, but whatsoever I have merited, either in my mind or in my means or my meed, I'm sure I've received none.
To what purpose have you unfolded this to me?
When I've told you that, I told you all. Now, some say, though she appear to be honest to me, yet in other places she enlargeth her mirth so far that there's a shrewd construction made of her. Now, Sir John, here's the heart of my purpose. You're a gentleman of excellent breeding, admirable discourse, and great admittance, authentic in your place and your person, and generally allowed for your many warlike, courtlike, and learned preparations.
Oh, sir.
Believe it? No, for you know it. Look, there is money, all right? Right?
Ooh,
Spend it. Spend more, spend all I have. Only give me so much of your time in exchange of it as to lay an amiable siege to the honesty of this Ford's wife. Use your art of wooing and win her to consent to you. If any man may, I mean, you may as soon as any.
Well, would it apply well to the vehemency of your affection that I should win what you would enjoy? Methinks you prescribe to yourself very preposterously.
Understand my drift. She dwells so securely on the excellency of her honor that the folly of my soul dares not present itself. She's Oh, she is too bright to be looked at. Now, I could come to her with any detection in my hand. My desires, at instance, an argument to commend themselves. I could drive her then from the ward of her purity, her reputation, her marriage vow, and a thousand other her defenses, which now are too strongly embattled against me. What say ye to it, Sir John?
Master Brooke, I will first make bold with your money. Thank you. Next, give me your hand. And last, I am a gentleman you shall, if you will, enjoy. Ford's wife.
Sir!
I say you shall.
I want no money, Sir John. You shall want no money.
Want no mistress, Master Brooke. Once you shall want none. I shall be with her, I may tell you, by her own appointment, even as you came in to me, her assistant or go-between, parted from me. I say I shall be with her between 10 and 11, for at that time, the jealous, rascally knave, her husband, will be forth. Come you to me at night, you shall know how I speed.
I am blessed in your acquaintance. Do you know the Ford, sir?
Oh, hang him, poor cuckoldly knave. I know him not, yet I wrong him to call him poor. They say the jealous, wittly knave hath masses of money, for which his wife seems to be me well favored.
I would you knew Ford, sir, that you might avoid him if you
hang him, mechanical salt and butter rogue. I will stare him out of his wits. I will awe him with my cudgel. It shall hang like a meteor o'er the cuckold's horns. Master Brooke, thou shalt know I will predominate over the peasant, and thou shalt lie with his wife. Come to me soon at night. Ford's a knave, and I will aggravate his style. Thou, Master Brooke, shall know him for knave and cuckold. Come to me soon at night.
What a damned Epicurean rascal is this? My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this is improvident jealousy? My wife hath sent to him. The hour is fixed, the match is made. I will rather trust a Fleming with my butter, Parson Hugh, the Welshman, with my cheese, or an Irishman with my aquavite bottle, than my wife with herself. God be praised for my jealousy. 11 o'clock the hour. I will prevent this. Detect my wife, be revenged on Falstaff, and laugh at Page. I will about it. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Cuckold. Cuckold. Cuckold.
Master Guest and Master Page and Cavaliero Slender, go you through the town to Frogmore.
Sir Hugh is there, is he?
Oh, he is. See what a humor he is in. And I will bring the doctor about by the fields. Will it do well?
We will do it.
By God, the herring is not dead, so as I will kill him. Take your rapier, Jacques. I will tell you how I will kill him.
Alas, sir, I cannot fence.
Sir, villainy, take your rapier.
Forbear! Here's company.
Oh, bless thee, bully doctor.
What be you come for?
Oh, to see thee fight, to see thee foin, to see thee traverse, to see thee here, to see thee there, to see thee pass. Thy punto, thy stock, thy reverso, thy distance, thy monton. Is he dead, bully Stale? Is he dead?
By God, he is the coward, Jacques Priest of the world. He is not show his face.
Thou art a Castellan king urinal, Hector of Greece, my boy.
I pray you, bear witness that me have stayed 6, 7, 2, 3 hours for him, and he is not come. By God, me will kill the priest, for he speak of a jacanepto and page.
Let him die. Sheathe thy impatience. Throw cold water on thy collar. Go about the fields with me through Frogmore. I will bring thee where Mistress and Page is, at a farmhouse a feasting, and thou shalt woo her. Cried I aim? Said I well?
Bagarre, me thank you for that, Bagarre. I love you. Bagarre, 'tis good, 'tis well said.
Let us wag then.
Come at my heels, Jacques Rugby.
I pray you now, which way have you looked for Master Caius?
Marry, sir, the pity ward, the park ward, every way, old Windsor way, and every way but the town way.
I most vehemently desire you will also look that way.
I will, sir.
God bless my soul, how full of colours I am, and trembling of my mind. Oh, I will knock his urinals about his knave's costard when I have good opportunities for the work. Bless my soul.
Yonder, he is coming. This way, Sir Hugh.
He is welcome. Heaven prosper the right. What weapons is he?
No weapons, sir. There comes my master, Master Slender, and another gentleman from Frogmore.
How now, Master Parson? Good morrow, good Sir Hugh.
Oh, Mistress Page.
Save you, good Sir Hugh. We are come to do you a good office, Master Parson.
Very well, what is it?
Yonder is a most reverend gentleman who, belike having received wrong by some person, is at most odds with his own gravity and patience that ever you saw.
I think you know him, Master Dr. Caius, the renowned French physician.
God's will and his passion of my heart. I would as lief tell you of a mess of... I would lief you would tell me of a mess of porridge. He has no more knowledge in Hippocrates and Galen, and he's a knave besides, a cowardly knave as you would desires to be acquainted with all.
I warrant you, he's the man I should fight. He's the man should fight with him.
Sweet and Page.
It appears so by his weapons. Keep them asunder. Here comes Dr. Caius.
Nay, good Master Parson, keep in your weapon.
So do you, good Master Doctor.
Oh, disarm them and let them question. Let them keep their limbs whole and hack our English.
I pray you, let me speak a word with your ear. Wherefore will you not meet me?
I will knock your urinals about your knave's coxcomb for missing your meetings and appointments.
Diable, Jacques Rugby, mine host de Jartir. Have I not stayed for him to kill him? Have I not at the place I did appoint?
As I am a Christian soul now, look you, this is the place appointed. I'll be judgment by my host of the garter.
Oh, peace, I say. Here, mine host of the garter. Am I politic? Am I subtle? Am I Machiavel? Shall I lose my doctor? No. It gives me the potions and the motions. Shall I lose my parson? My priest? My Sir Hugh? No. It gives me the proverbs and the no-verbs. Give me thy hand, terrestrial. So, give me thy hand, celestial. So, boys of art, I have deceived you both. I have directed you to wrong places. Oh, your hearts are mighty, your skins are whole, and let burnt sack be the issue. Come, lay their swords to pawn. Follow me, lads of peace. Follow, follow, follow.
Me a mad host. Follow, gentlemen, follow.
Oh, Sweet and Page.
Huh? Do I perceive that? Have you made a sort of us? Huh?
He has made us a flouting stock, and I desire that we may be friends, and let us knock our brains together to be revenge on this same skull. Scurvy cocking companion, the host of the garter.
By God, with all my heart, he promised to bring me where he is en page. By God, he deceived me too.
Well, I will smite his noddle. Pray you, follow.
Nay, keep your way, little gallant. You were wont to be a follower, but now you are a leader. Whether you had rather lead mine eyes or your master's heels?
I had rather forsooth go before you like a man than follow him like a dwarf.
Oh, you are a flattering boy. Now I see you'll be a courtier.
Oh, well met, Mistress Page. Whither go you?
Oh, truly, sir, to see your wife. Is she at home?
Aye. And as idle as she may hang together for want of company, I think. If your husbands were dead, I think you two would marry.
Be sure of that. 2 other husbands.
Where had you this pretty weathercock?
I cannot tell what the Dickens's name is my husband had him of. What do you call your knight's name, Sarah?
Sir John Falstaff.
Sir John Falstaff.
I can never hit on's name. Is your wife at home indeed?
Indeed, she
By
is.
your leave, sir, I am sick till I see her.
Has Page any brains? Hath he any eyes? Hath he any thinking? He pieces out his wife's inclination. Now she's going to my wife, and Falstaff's boy with her. Good plots, they are laid, and our revolted wives share damnation together. Oh, well, I will take him. Then torture my wife, pluck the borrowed veil of modesty from the so-seeming Mistress Page, divulge Page himself for a secure and a willful Acteon, and in these valiant proceedings, all my neighbors shall cry aim. Oh, the clock gives me cue, and my assurance bids me search. There I shall find Falstaff. I shall be rather praised for this than mocked, for it is as positive as the earth is firm that Falstaff is there. I must go.
Well met, Master Ford.
Well met, Master Ford.
Hello. Trust me, good night. I've good cheer at home. And I pray you all come with me.
Excuse myself, Master Ford.
And so must I, sir. We have appointed to dine with Mistress Anne.
We have lingered about a match between Anne Page and my cousin Slender, and this day we shall have our answer.
I hope I have your goodwill, Father Page.
You have, Master Slender. I stand wholly for you. But my wife, Master Doctor, is for you altogether.
Aye, begar, and the maid is love me. My nurse, quickly, tell me so much.
What say you to young Master Fenton?
Not by my consent, I promise you.
I beseech you heartily. Some of you go home with me to dinner. Besides your cheer, you shall have sport. I will show you a monster. Master Doctor, you shall go. Yeah? And, so shall you, Master Page, and you, Sir Hugh.
Well, fare you well. We shall have the freer wooing at Master Page's.
Comme Jean Rugby, I come on.
Farewell, my hearts. I will to my honest knight Falstaff and drink canary with him.
I think I shall drink in pipe wine first with him. I'll make him dance. Will you go, gentles?
Have with you to see this monster.
What, John? What, Robert?
Quickly, is the bus...
What, I say?
Oh, come.
Here, set it down.
Give your men the charge. We must be brief.
Mary, as I told you before, John and Robert, be ready here hard by in the brew house. And when I suddenly call you, come forth. And without any pause or staggering, take this basket on your shoulders. That done, trudge with it in all haste and empty it in the muddy ditch close by the Thames side. Come, and come when you are called.
Here comes little Robin.
Oh, how now, my little eyes musket. What news with you?
My master, Sir John, is coming at your back door, Mistress Ford, and requests your company.
Oh, you little jack-o'-lantern. Have you been true to us?
I'll be sworn. My master knows not of your being here and hath threatened to put me into everlasting liberty if I tell you of it, for he swears he'll turn me away.
Oh, thou'rt a good boy. I'll go hide me.
Do so. Go tell thy master I am alone. Mistress Page, remember your cue.
I warrant thee, if I do not act it, hiss me.
Go to then. We'll use this unwholesome humidity, this gross watery pumpy, and we'll teach him how to know turtles from jays.
Have I caught thee, my heavenly jewel? Why, now let me die, for I've lived long enough. This is the period of my ambition. Oh, this blessed hour.
Oh, sweet Sir John.
Mistress Ford, I cannot prate, Mistress Ford. Now shall I sin in my wish? I would thy husband were dead. I'll speak it before the best lord. I would make thee my lady.
I, your lady, oh Sir John, alas, I should be a pitiful lady.
By the Lord, thou'rt a traitor to say so. Thou would make an absolute courtier come, thou canst not hide it.
Oh, believe me, there is no such thing in me.
What made me love thee? Let that persuade thee. There's something extraordinary in thee. Come, I cannot cog and say thou art this and that, but I love thee, none but thee, and thou deservest it.
Well, heaven knows how I love you, and you shall one day find it.
Mistress Ford, Mistress Ford, here's Mistress Page at the door, sweating and blowing and looking wildly, and would need to speak with you presently.
She shall not see me. I will ensconce me behind the arras.
How you do so? She's a very tattling woman. Now, what's the matter? How now,
Oh, Mistress Ford, what have you done? You're shamed. You're overthrown. You're undone forever.
What's the matter, good Mistress Page?
Your husband's coming hither, woman, with all the officers in Windsor to search for a gentleman that he says is here now in the house by your consent, to take an ill advantage of his assents.
What shall I do? Oh, what shall I do? There is a gentleman, my dear friend, and I fear not my own shame so much as his peril. I had rather than £1,000 he were out of the house.
For shame, your husband's here at hand. Bethink you of some conveyance. In the house you cannot hide him. Oh, how have you deceived me? Oh, look, here is a basket. If he be of any reasonable stature, he may creep in here and throw foul linen upon him, as if it were going to bucking or it is whiting time. Send him by your 2 men to Datchet Mead.
He's too big to go in there. What shall I do?
Let me see it. Let me see it. Oh, let me see it. Oh, I'll in. I'll follow your friend's counsel. I'll in.
What? Sir John Falstaff? Are these your letters, knight?
I love thee. Help me away. Let me creep in here. I'll never...
Help to cover your master, boy. Call your Mistress Ford, you dissembling knight.
But John, brother, John! Go, take up these clothes here quickly. Carry them to the laundress in Datchet Mead. Quickly, come.
Where are you? Come near, come near, come near. If I suspect without cause, why then make sport at me. How now? Whither bear you this?
To the laundress, forsooth.
Ah.
What? What have you to do whether they bear it? You were best meddle with buck washing.
Buck? Ha! I would I could wash myself out the buck. Buck, buck, buck! I buck. I warrant you, buck. And of the season too, it shall appear. Gentlemen, I have dreamed tonight. I'll tell you of my dream. Here be my keys. Ascend my chambers, search, seek, find out. I warrant we will unkennel this fox. Oh, no. Let me stop this way first. So now uncape.
Good Master Ford, be contented. You wrong yourself too much.
True, Master Page. Up, gentlemen. You shall see sport anon. Follow me, gentlemen.
This is very fantastical humours and jealousies.
By God, 'tis no fashion in France. It is not jealous in France.
Nay, follow him, gentlemen. See the issue of his search.
Is there not a double excellency in this? Mistress Ford? What a taking was he in when your husband asked who was in the basket. Hang him, dishonest rascal. I will lay a plot to try that, and we will yet have more tricks with Falstaff. His dissolute disease will scarce obey this medicine. Oh, we shall send that foolish carrier Mistress quickly to him and excuse his throwing into the water and give him another hope to betray him to another punishment. We will do it. Let him be sent for tomorrow, 8 o'clock, to have amends.
I cannot find him. Maybe the knave bragged of what he could not compass.
Well, you use me well, Master Ford, do you?
I do so, and my wife.
Heaven make you better than your thoughts.
Amen.
You do yourself mighty wrong, Master Ford.
I must bear it.
If there be anybody in this house, heaven forgive my sins at the day of judgment.
Bagar, no I too. There is nobody's.
Fie, Master Ford, are you not ashamed?
Tis my fault, Master Page. I suffer for it.
You suffer for a bad conscience. Your wife is as honest a woman's as I will desire among 5,000, and 500 too.
Bagar, I see, 'tis an honest woman.
Well, I promised you a dinner. So come, walk in the park, I pray you. Pardon me. I will hereafter make known to you why I have done this. Come, wife! Come, Mistress Page, I pray you. Pardon me. Pray heartily, pardon me.
Let's go in, gentlemen, but trust me, we'll mock him. I do invite you tomorrow morning to my house to breakfast, after we'll a birding together. I have a fine hawk for the bush. Shall it be so?
Anything.
If there is one, I shall make two in the company.
If there be one or two, I shall make the third.
Pray you, let's go, Master Page.
I see I cannot get thy father's love. Therefore no more turn me to him, sweet Nan. Albeit I will confess thy father's wealth was the first motive that I wooed thee, and yet wooing thee I found thee of more value than stamps and gold, or sums in sealed bags. And 'tis the very riches of thyself that now I aim at.
Gentle Master Fenton, yet seek my father's love. Still seek it, sir. If opportunity and humblest suit cannot attain it, why then, hark you hither.
Break this hall, quickly. My kinsman shall speak for himself.
Hark ye, Master Slender would speak a word with you.
I come to him. This is my father's choice. Oh, what a world of vile, ill-favored faults. Looks handsome in 300 pounds a year.
Oh, and how does good Master Fenton pray you a word with you?
She's coming to her, cuz, oh boy, thou hast a father.
I had a father, Mistress Anne. My uncle can tell you good jests of him. Pray you, uncle, tell Mistress Anne the jest how my father stole 2 geese out of a pen. Good uncle.
Oh, Mistress Anne, my cousin loves you.
Aye, that I do, as well as I love any woman in Gloucestershire.
He will maintain you like a gentlewoman.
Aye, that I will. Come, cut and long tail under the degree of a squire.
He will make you 150 pounds jointure.
Good Master Shallow, let him woo for himself.
Oh, Mary, I thank you for it. I thank you for that good comfort she calls you, cause I'll leave you.
Now, Master Slender.
Now, good Mistress Anne.
What is your will?
My will? That's heartlings. That's a pretty jest indeed. I never made my will yet, I thank heaven. I am not such a sickly creature, I give heaven praise.
I mean, Master Slender, what would you with me?
Truly, for mine own part, I would little or nothing with you. Your father and my uncle hath made motions, if it be my luck, so if not, happy man be his dole. They can tell you how good things go better than I can. You may ask your father, here he comes.
Now, Master Slender, love him, daughter Anne. Oh, why, how now? What does Master Fenton hear? You wrong me, sir, thus to still haunt my house. I told you, sir, my daughter is disposed of.
Now, Master Page, be not
Good Master Fenton, come not to my child.
She is of no match for you.
Sir, will you hear me?
No! Good Master Fenton. Come, Master Shallow, come, son Slender, in.
Speak to Master Page.
Good Mistress Page, for that I love your daughter. In such a righteous fashion as I do, I must advance the colors of my love and not retire. Let me have your goodwill.
Good mother, do not marry me to yond fool.
I mean it not. I seek you a better husband.
That's my master doctor.
Alas, I had rather be set quick in the earth and bulged to death with turnips.
Trouble not yourself. Good Master Fenton, I will not be your friend nor enemy. My daughter will I question how she loves you, and as I find her, so am I affected. Till then, farewell. Sir, she must needs go in, or father will be angry.
Farewell, gentle mistress. Farewell, Nan.
This is my doing now. Nay, said I, will you cast away your child on a fool and a physician? Look on Master Fenton, this is my doing.
I thank thee, and I pray thee once tonight give my sweet Nan this ring. There's for thy pains.
Oh. Now, heaven send me good fortune. Ah, a kind heart he hath. A woman would run through fire and water for such a kind heart. But yet I would my master had Mistress Anne. Or I would Master Slender had her. Or in sooth, I would Master Fenton had her. I will do what I can for them all three. For so I have promised, and I'll be as good as my word. But speciously for Master Fenton. Well, I must have another errand to Sir John Falstaff. Yeah, my two mistresses. What a beast am I to slack it!
Bardolph, I say.
Here, sir.
Go fetch me a quart of sack and put a toast in it.
Ew.
Ew. Ah. Oh. Have I lived to be carried in a basket like a barrel of butcher's offal, and to be thrown in the Thames? The rogue slighted me into the river with as little remorse as they would have drowned a blind bitch's puppies, 15 in the litter. And you know by my size that I have a kind of alacrity in sinking. The bottom were as deep as hell, I should go down and been drowned, but that the shore was shelvy and shallow. A death that I abhor, for the water swells a man. And what a thing should I have been when I had been swelled? I should have been a mountain of mummy.
Here's Mistress, quickly, sir, to speak with you.
Let me put some sack. Ah, good man. Oh, yes. To the Thames water, for my belly's as cold as if I'd swallowed snowballs for pills to cool the rains. Call her in.
Command, woman.
Whoa! By your leave, I pray you worship. I give your worship good morrow.
Take away these chalices. Go brew me a bottle of sack finely.
With eggs, sir?
Simple of itself. I'll no pullet's sperm in my brewage. How, now?
Oh, marry, sir, I come to your worship from Mistress Ford.
Mistress Ford, I have had Ford enough. I was thrown into the Ford. I've had my belly full of Ford.
Alas the day, good heart, that was not her fault. She does so take on with her men. They mistook their erection.
So did I mine, to build upon a foolish woman's promise.
Well, she laments, sir, for it, that it would yearn your heart to see it. Her husband goes this morning a-birding. She desires you once more to come to her between 8 and 9. I must carry her word quickly. She'll make you amends, I warrant you.
Well, I will visit her between what, 9 and 10, sayest thou?
8 and 9, sir.
Be gone. I will not miss her.
Peace be with you, sir.
A marvel I hear not of Master Brooke. He sent me word to stay within. Like his money, well. Oh, here he comes.
Bless you, sir.
Now, Master Brooke, you come to know what hath passed between me and Ford's wife.
That indeed, Sir John, is my business.
Master Brooke, I will not lie to you. I was at her house the hour she appointed me.
And, sped you, sir?
Very ill-favoredly, Master Brooke.
How so, sir? Did she change her determination?
Oh, no, Master Brooke. But the peaking cornuto, her husband, Master Brooke, dwelling in a continual alarm of jealousy, comes me in the instant of our encounter, after we had embraced, kissed, protested, and, as it were, spoke the prologue of our comedy. And at his heels, a rabble of his companions, thither provoked and instigated by his distemper, and forsooth to search his house for his wife's love.
While you were there?
While I was there.
Ah, and did he search for you and could not find you?
You shall hear. As good luck would have it, comes in one Mistress Page, gives intelligence of Ford's approach, and in her invention and Ford's wife's distraction, they conveyed me into a basket.
Buck basket.
By the Lord, a buck basket. Rammed me in with foul shirts, smock socks, foul stockings, greasy napkins. But Mr. Brooke, there was the rankest compound of villainous smell that ever offended nostril.
And how long lay you there?
Oh, nay, you shall hear, Master Brooke. Oh, what I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good. Being thus crammed in the basket, a couple of Ford's knaves, his hinds, were called forth by their mistress to carry me in the name of foul clothes to Datchet Lane. They took me on their shoulders, met the jealous knave, their master, at the door, who asked them once or twice what they had in the basket. I quaked for fear lest the lunatic knave should have searched it, but fate ordaining he should be cuckold, held his hand. But mark the sequel, Master Brooke. I suffered the pang of 3 several deaths. First, an intolerable fright to be detected with a jealous rotten bellwether. Next, to be compassed like a good bilbo in the circumference of a peck, hilt to point, heel to head, and then to be stopped in like a strong distillation with stinking clothes that fretted in their own grease. Think of that. A man of my kidney. Think of that. As I am subject to the heat as butter, a man of continual dissolution and thaw, it was a miracle to escape suffocation. And in the height of this bath, when I was more than half stewed in grease, like a Dutch dish, to be thrown into the Thames and cooled, glowing hot in that surge like a horseshoe. Think of that, hissing hot. Think of that, Master Brooke.
Oh, good sadness, I am sorry for my sake that you have suffered all this. My suit then's desperate. You will undertake her no more.
Master Brooke, I will be thrown into Etna, as I have been into the Thames, ere I will leave her thus. Her husband is this morning gone a-birding. I have received from her another embassy, a meeting. 'Twixt 8 and 9 is the hour, Master Brooke.
Oh, it's past 8 already, sir?
Is it? Well, then, address me to my appointment. Come to me, your convenient leisure, and you shall know how I speed. And the conclusion shall be crowned with your enjoying her. Adieu. You shall have her, Master Brooke. Master Brooke, you shall cuckold Ford.
This 'tis to be married. This 'tis to have linen and buck baskets. Well, I will now take the lecher. He's at my house. He cannot escape me. It is impossible he should. But lest the devil that guides him should aid him, I will search impossible places. Though what I am, I cannot avoid. Yet to be what I would not shall not make me tame. If I have horns to make one mad, then let the proverb go with me. I will be horn mad.
Mistress Ford, your sorrow hath eaten up my sufferance. I see you are obsequious in your love, and I profess requital to a hair's breadth. But are you sure of your husband now?
He's a birding, sweet Sir John.
What ho! Gossip Ford, what ho!
Step into the chamber, Sir John.
How now, sweetheart? Who's at home, besides yourself?
Why, none but my own people. Speak louder.
Truly, I am so glad you have nobody here.
Why?
Why, woman, your husband is in his old loons again. I'm glad the fat knight is not here.
Why? Does he talk of him?
Of none but him, and swears he was carried out the last time he searched for him in a basket. But I am glad the knight is not here, for now he shall see his own foolery.
How near is he, Mistress Page?
Hard by, at street end. He will be here anon.
I am undone! The knight is here!
Why, then you are utterly shamed, and he's but a dead man. What a woman you are! Away with him, away with him. Better shame than murder.
But which way should he go? How should I bestow him? Shall I put him into the basket again?
No! I'll come no more in the basket. May I not go out ere he come?
Alas, 3 of Master Ford's brothers watch the door with pistols, that none shall issue out. If you go out in your own semblance, you die, Sir John, unless you go out disguised.
Well, how might we disguise him?
Alas the day, I know not. There is no woman's gown big enough for him. Otherwise, he might put on a hat, a muffler, and a kerchief, and so escape.
Good hearts, devise something, any extremity rather than a mischief.
My maid's aunt, the fat woman of Brentford, has a gown above.
On my word, it will serve him. She's as big as he is. And oh, there's her thrummed hat and her muffler. Run up, Sir John.
No, go, sweet Sir John.
Quick, quick, we'll come dress you straight. Put on the gown the while.
My husband would meet him in this shape. He cannot abide the old woman of Brentford. He swears she's a witch, forbade her in my house, and hath threatened to beat her.
Heaven guide him to thy husband's cudgel, and the devil guide his cudgel afterwards.
But is my husband really coming?
In good sadness is he, and talks of the basket too. Howsoever he hath had intelligence.
So we'll try for that. For I'll appoint my men to carry the basket again, to meet him at the door with it, as they did last time.
Nay, but he'll be here presently. Let's go dress him like the witch of Brentford.
I'll first direct my men that they shall do with the basket. Now go up, and I'll bring linen for him straight.
Hang him, dishonest varlet. We cannot misuse him enough. We'll leave a proof by that which we will do. Wives may be merry and yet honest too. We do not act that often jest and laugh. 'Tis old but true. Still swine eat all the draught.
Go, sir, and take up the basket again on your shoulders. Your master is hard at door. Now, if he bid you set it down, obey him, and then quickly dispatch.
Come, take it up. Ugh, pray heaven it not be full of night again. I hope not. I had as lief bear so much lead.
But if it prove true, Master Page, have you any way then to unfool me again? Whoa! Set down that basket! Villain, set down the basket! Somebody call my wife.
Wait, this is lunatics. This is mad as a mad dog.
Indeed, Master Ford, this is not well indeed.
So say I too. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Come here, Mistress Ford. Mistress Ford, the honest woman, the modest wife, the virtuous creature that hath that jealous fool as a husband, I suspect without cause. Mistress, do I?
Heaven be my witness, you do, if you suspect me in any dishonesty.
Well said, brazen face. Hold it out. Come forth, Sirrah. Come forth. Come forth. Come.
This passes.
Are you not ashamed? Let the clothes alone.
I shall find you a nun.
It's unreasonable. Will you take up your wife's clothes? Come away.
Take the basket, I say.
Why, man, why?
Master Page, as I am a man. There was one conveyed out of my house yesterday in this basket. Why may not he be there again? Completely out all the linen.
If you find a man in there, he shall die of fleas dead.
Here is no man.
Help me to search my house one more time. One time. Satisfy me once more search with me.
What? Oh, Mistress Page, come you and the old woman down? My husband will come into the chamber.
Old woman? What old woman is that?
Nay, it is my maid's aunt of Brentford.
A witch, a queen, an old cousining queen. Oh, have I not forbid her my house? Come down, you witch! Come on down, you hag! Come down, I say!
Nay, good, sweet husband, good gentleman, let him not strike the old woman.
Mother Pratt, come, give me your hand.
Oh, Pratt, her. Out of my door, you witch! Hag, baggage, you polecat! Go! I'll conjure you, I'll poison you, I'll thrill you!
Oh, are you not ashamed? I think you've killed the poor woman.
Nay, he will do it. 'Tis a goodly credit for you.
Hang her, witch.
Either yea or no, I think the woman is a witch indeed. I like not when a woman has a great beard. I spy a great beard under a muffler.
Will you follow, gentlemen? I beseech you, follow. See but the issue of my jealousy. If I cry out thus upon no trail, then never trust me when I open again.
Let us obey his humor a little further. Come, gentlemen.
Trust me, he beat him most pitifully.
Nay, by the mass that he did not, he beat him most unpitifully, methought.
I'll have the cudgel hallowed and hung over the altar. It hath done meritorious service.
What think you? May we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of a good conscience, pursue him with any further revenge?
The spirit of wantonness is sure scared out of him. He will never, I think, attempt us again.
Well, shall we teach our husbands how we have served him?
Oh, yes, by all means, if it be but to scrape the figures out of your husband's brains.
I'll warrant they'll have him publicly shamed, and methinks there would be no period to the jest should he not be publicly shamed.
Come to the forge with it then. Shape it. I would not have things cool.
Sir, the Germans have desired 3 of your horses. The Duke himself will be tomorrow at court, and they're going to meet him.
What Duke should be that comes so secretly? Let me speak with the gentlemen. They speak English?
Aye, sir. I'll call them to you.
They shall have my horses, but I'll make them pay. I'll sauce them. They have had my house a week at command. I have turned away my other guests. They must come off. I'll sauce them. Come.
It is one of the best discretions of a woman as ever I did look upon.
And did he send you both these letters at an instant?
Within a quarter of an hour.
Pardon me, wife. Henceforth do what thou wilt. I rather will suspect the sun with cold than thee with wantonness.
'Tis well, no more. Be not as extreme in submission as in offense. But let our plot go forward. Let our wives yet once again make us public sport. Appoint a meeting with this old fat fellow where we may take him and disgrace him for it.
There's no better way than that they spoke of.
How? To send him word they'll meet him in the park at midnight? Fie, he'll never come.
Devise but how you'll use him when he comes, and let us 2 devise to bring him thither.
There's an old tale, goes that Herne the hunter, sometime a keeper here in the Windsor forest, doth all the winter time at still midnight walk round about an oak with great ragged horns.
Why, yet there want not many that do fear in deep of night to walk by this Herne's oak. But what of this?
Mary, this is our device, that Falstaff at the oak shall meet with us.
Well, let it not be doubted but he'll come, and in this shape, when you have brought him thither, what shall be done with him? What is your plot?
That likewise have we thought upon, and thus, Nan Page, my daughter, and my little son, and 3 or 4 more of their growth, will dress like urchins, oofs, and fairies, green and white, with rounds of waxen tapers on their heads, and rattles in their hands. Upon a sudden, as Falstaff, she, and I are newly met, let them from forth a saw pit, rush at once with some diffused song, Upon their sight, we two in great amazedness will fly. Then let them all encircle him about and fairy-like to pinch the unclean knight and ask him why that hour of fairy revel in their so sacred paths he dares to tread in shape profane.
And till he tell the truth, let the supposed fairies pinch him sound and burn him with their tapers.
The truth being known, we'll all present ourselves, dishorn the spirit, and mock him home to Windsor.
That will be excellent. Ooh, I'll go and buy them vizards.
My Nan shall be the queen of all the fairies, finely attired in a robe of white.
That silk will I go buy. And in that time shall Master Slender steal my Nan away and marry her at Eton. Go send to Falstaff straight.
Oh, no. Oh, I'll to him again in the name of Brooke. He'll tell me all his purpose. Oh, sure, he will come. He will come.
Let us about it. It is an admirable pleasures and very honest knaveries.
Oh, Mistress Ford, send quickly to Sir John to know his mind. I'll to the doctor. He hath my good will, and none but he to marry with Nan Page. That Slender, though well landed, is an idiot, and he my husband best of all effects. The doctor is well moneyed, and his friends potent at court. He, none but he shall have her, though 20,000 worthier come to crave her.
Marry, sir, I come to speak with Sir John Falstaff from Master Slender.
There's his chamber. Go, knock and call. Knock, I say.
There's an old woman, a fat woman, gone up to his chamber. I'll be so bold as to stay, sir, till she come down.
A fat woman? Oh, well, the knight may be robbed. I'll call. Bully knight! Bully Sir John!
How now, mine host?
There's a Bohemian Tartar tarries the coming down of thy fat woman. Let her descend, bully, let her descend. My chambers are honorable. Fie, privacy, fie.
There was, mine host, an old fat woman even now with me, but she's gone.
Pray you, sir, was it not the wise woman of Brentford?
Oh, thou art clerkly, Sir John. Was there a wise woman with thee?
Aye, there was, mine host, one that hath taught me more wit than ever I learned before in my life, and I paid nothing for it, neither, but was paid for my learning.
Alas, sir, cousinage, more cousinage?
What? Where be my horses? Speak well of them, Varletto.
Run away with the cousiners, for so soon as I came beyond Eton, they threw me off behind one of them in a slough of mire and set spurs and away like 3 German devils, 3 Dr. Faustuses.
Hugh and cry, villain, go. Assist me, Sir Knight, I am undone, I'll fly, run. Hugh and cry, villain, I am undone.
I would all the world might be cozened, for I have been cozened, beaten too. But should come to the ear of the court how I have been transformed, and how my transformation hath been washed and cudgeled, that they would melt me out of my fat drop by drop and lick a fisherman's boots with me. Well, if my wind were not long enough to say my prayers, I would repent.
Quiet!
Oh God, now whence come you?
From the 2 parties, forsooth.
And the devil take one party and his damn the other.
Sir, let me speak with you in your chamber. You shall hear how things go, and I warrant to your content. Here is a letter, we'll say, somewhat. Good hearts, what I do here is to bring you together.
Come up to my chamber.
Master Fenton, talk not to me. My mind is heavy. I will give over all.
Hear me speak. Assist me in my purpose. And as I'm a gentleman, I'll give thee 100 pound in gold more than your loss.
I will hear you, Master Fenton, and I will at the least keep your counsel.
From time to time I have acquainted you with the dear love I bear to fair and page. who mutually hath answered my affection, even to my wish. I have a letter from her of such contents as you will wonder at, tonight at Ahrens Oak, just twixt 12 and 1. Must my sweet Nan present the fairy queen. The purpose why is here, in which disguise her father hath commended her to slip with Slender, and with him at Eton immediately to marry. She hath consented. Now, sir, immediately, now, sir. Her mother, ever strong against that match, and firm for Dr. Caius, hath appointed that he shall likewise shuffle her away, and at the deanery, where a priest attends, straight marry her. To this, her mother's plot, she seemingly obedient likewise hath made promise to the doctor. Now, thus it rests. Her father means she shall be all in white, and in that habit, when Slender sees his time, she'll go with him. Her mother hath intended that, quaint in green, she shall loose and robed, and when the doctor spies his vantage ripe, the maid hath given consent to go with him.
Well, which means she to deceive father and mother?
Both, my good host. To go along with me, and here it rests, that you'll procure the vicar to stay for me at church. Twixt 12 and 1, and in lawful name of marrying, to give our hearts united ceremony.
Well, husband your device. I'll to the vicar, bring you the maid. You shall not lack a priest.
Shall I evermore be bound to thee, wherever you went? Besides, I'll make a present recompense.
Prithee, no more prattling. Go. I'll hold. This is the third time. I hope good luck lies in odd numbers. Away I go. They say there is divinity in odd numbers, either in nativity, chance, or death. Away.
I'll do what I can to get you a pair of horns.
You're the best. Yeah. Away, I say. Time wears. Hold up your head and mince. Oh, how now, Master Brooke, the matter will be known tonight or never. Be you in the park around midnight at Ahrens Oak, and you shall see wonders.
Weren't you not to her yesterday, sir, as you told me you'd appointed?
I went to her, Master Brooke, as you see, like a poor old man. But I came from her, Master Brooke, like a poor old woman. That same knave Ford, her husband, hath the finest mad devil of jealousy in him, Master Brooke, that ever governed frenzy. I will tell you, he beat me grievously in the shape of a woman. Follow me, I'll tell you the strange things of this knave, for Ford, on whom tonight I will be revenged, and I will deliver his wife into your hand. Follow, strange things in hand, Master Brooke. Follow.
Where is Nan now and her troop of fairies and the Welsh devil Hugh?
They are all couched in a pit hard by Ahrens Oak, with obscured lights, which at the very instant of Falstaff's and our meeting, they will at once display to the night.
We'll betray him finely.
Against such lewdsters and their lechery, those that betray them do no treachery.
Ah, the hour draws on. To the oak, to the oak.
Trip, trip, fairies, come and remember your parts and be bold, I pray you. Follow me into the pit. Come on, trip, 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 trip.
The Windsor bell hath struck 12. The minute draws on. Now the hot-blooded gods assist me. Remember, Jove, thou wast a bull for thy Europa. Love set on thy horns, a powerful love, oh, that in some respects makes a beast a man, in some other a man a beast. You were also Jove, a swan for the love of Leda. Oh, omnipotent love, how near the god drew to the complexion of a goose. A fault done first in the form of a beast. Oh, Jove, a beastly fault. And then another fault in the semblance of a fowl. I think on it, Jove, a foul fault. When gods have hot backs, what shall poor men do? Who comes here, my doe?
Sir John, art thou there, my dear, my male dear?
My doe with the black scot. Let the sky rain potatoes. Let it thunder to the tune of green sleets, half-kissing comfits and snow-ringos. Let there come a tempest of provocation. I will shelter me here.
Oh, well, Mistress Page has come with me, sweetheart.
Divide me like a bribed buck. Each a haunch, as I am a true spirit. Welcome.
Oh, alas, what noise?
Heaven forgive our sins.
Well, what should this be?
Away.
I think the devil will not have me damned, lest the oil that's in me should set fire in hell. He would never else cross me thus. What the?
Fairies! Black, gray, green, and white! You moonshine revelers and shades of night, attend your office and your quality!
Elves, list your names. Silence, you airy toys. Our radiant queen hates sluts and sluttery.
The fairies! He that speaks to them shall die. Oh, a wink and couch, and no man their works must I.
Where's Bede? Go you, and where you find a maid that ere she sleep hath thrice her prayers said, raise up the organs of her fantasy. Sleep she is sound as careless infancy. But those that sleep and think not on their sins, pinch them, arms, legs, back, shoulders, sides, and shins.
Away, disperse! But till 'tis 1 o'clock, our dance of custom round about the oak of Herne the hunter. Let us not forget.
But stay, I smell a man of Middle Earth.
Oh, heavens defend me from that Welsh fairy, lest he transform me into a piece of cheese.
Oh, vile worm, thou wast overlooked even in thy birth.
With trial fire, touch me. Oh, if he be chaste, the flame will back descend and turn him to no pain. But if he start, it is the flesh of a corrupted heart.
Come, will this wood take fire?
Ow, 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 ow!
Corrupt, and tainted in desire. About him, fairies, sing a scarful rhyme, and as you trip, still pinch him to your time. Hit it! Fly on fantasy, fly on lust and luxury. Thus is look of blood fire, filled with untamed fire. Fire, as thus to blow them higher and higher. Christian fairies, for leave, Christian foreign enemies, and burn it, and turn it, till the candles and the fire and the moonshine be upheld.
Hey, do not fly!
Ow!
I think we have watched you now. Will none but Herne the hunter serve your turn?
I pray you come hold up the jest no higher. Now, good Sir John, how like you Windsor wives?
Now, sir! Hi! Who's cuckold now? Huh? Master Brooke! Falstaff is a knave. Cuckoldly knave. Here are his horns, Master Brooke. Look right there, right there. Oh, and Master Brooke, he hath enjoyed nothing of Ford's but his buck basket, his cudgel, and 20 pounds of his money, which must be paid to Master Brooke.
Sir John, we have had ill luck. We could never meet. I will never take you for my love again, but I will always count you my dear.
I begin to perceive that I made an ass. And these are not fairies. I was 3 or 4 times in the thought they were not fairies. And yet the guiltiness of my mind, the sudden surprise of my powers, drove the grossness of the foppery into received belief, in spite of the teeth of all rhyme and reason, that they were fairies. See now how wit may be made a jack-o'-lent when 'tis upon ill employment.
John Falstaff, serve God and leave your desires, and fairies will not pinch you.
Yeah. Well said, Fairy Hugh.
Have I laid my brain in the sun and dried it, that it wants matter to prevent so gross or reaching as this? 'Tis time I were choked with a piece of toasted cheese.
Why, Sir John, do you think, though, we would have the virtue out of our hearts by the head and shoulders and have given ourselves without scruple to help? Ever the devil could have made you our delight?
What a hodge pudding, a bag of flax.
Man.
Old, cold, withered, and of intolerable entrails.
And one that is as slanderous as Satan.
Yep, come on. To fornications and taverns and sack and wine and methaglins and to drinkings and swearings and starings, pribbles and prabbles.
Well, I am your theme. You have the start of me. I am dejected. I am not able to answer the Welsh flannel. Ignorance itself is a plummet on me. Use me as you will.
Yet be cheerful, knight. Thou shalt eat a posset tonight in my house, where I will desire thee to laugh at my wife that now laughs at thee. Tell her Master Slender hath married her daughter.
Whoa! Ho, Father Page!
Son, how now, son, have you dispatched?
I'll make the best in Gloucestershire know on it, would I were hanged, la, else.
Of what, son?
I came yonder at Eton to marry Mistress Anne Page, and she's a great lubberly boy. If I did not think it had been Anne Page, would I might never stir, and 'tis a postmaster's boy.
Upon my life, then, you took the wrong.
What need you tell me of that? I think so when I took a boy for a girl.
Why, this is your own folly. Did I not tell you how you should know my daughter by her garments?
I went to her in white and cried mum, and she cried budget, as Anne and I had appointed, and yet it was not Anne, but a postmaster's boy.
Good George, be not angry. I knew of your purpose. Turned my daughter into green, and indeed she is now with the doctor at the deanery, and they're married.
Where is Mistress Page? By God, I am cousin. I have married un garçon. Un paysan, by God, a boy. And 'tis not Anne Page. By God, I am cousin.
Why, did you take her in green?
Aye, by God, and is a boy. By God, I'll raise all Windsor.
This is strange. Who hath got the right Anne?
My heart misgives me. Here comes Master Fenton. How now, Master Fenton?
Pardon, Father. Good my mother, pardon.
Now, mistress, how chance you went not with Master Slender?
Why went you not with the master doctor, maid?
You do amaze her. Hear the truth of it. You would have married her most shamefully, where there was no proportion held in love. The truth is, she and I, long since contracted, are now so sure that nothing can dissolve us. And this deceit loses the name of craft, of disobedience, or unduteous title, since therein she doth elevate and shun 1,000 irreligious cursed hours which forced marriage would have brought upon her.
No, stand not amazed. Here is no remedy. In love, the heavens themselves do guide the state. Money buys lands, and wives are sold by fate.
I am glad, though you have ta'en a special stand to strike at me, that your arrow hath glanced.
Well, what remedy? Fenton, heaven give thee joy. What cannot be eschewed must be embraced.
When night dogs run, all sorts of deer are chased.
Well, I will muse no further. Master Fenton, heaven give you many, many merry days. Good husband, let us everyone go home and laugh this sport o'er by a country fire, Sir John and all.
Let it be so. Sir John, to Master Brooke, you yet shall hold your word, for he tonight shall lie with Mistress Ford. I'm just gonna keep this playing.
Yep.
Under
I think
the
that's
whole,
appropriate.
Whole Q&A, because I just want to live with this forever.
Yep.
Oi.
Well, done, y'all.
How's your mouth feeling, Monty?
Huh?
How's your mouth feeling?
Oh, great.
I
Why?
loved all your
Why?
all your
It's over.
foods.
The show's over. Why are
Sounds
you?
just show enough.
You ate a raw onion.
Like I said, it's an anti-inflammatory. It's so good for you. You
You
go,
had to
Monty.
show up my
You do
ginger,
that
huh?
health.
Thank you,
You
Gasterline.
take care of your health.
Yeah.
Monty, thanks for the live adaptation of Shrek.
The what?
The live adaptation of Shrek.
Oh.
This is a perfect jump to our first question, which is, what did you learn about the play tonight that you haven't learned before?
That produce features prominently in it.
I knew absolutely nothing about this play until we started working about it. It's so funny. The plays that you run into like 4 or 5 times in a short span of time, and then there's some that you never see at all. And I just never came into contact with this one. It was great. It was funny. Definitely on a fave list.
I feel like I learned this play, period, tonight because, as we all know from the read through yesterday, I had no clue what the hell was happening. But this time, after we had already embraced the shenanigans, I was like, oh, I'm grasping plot points this time around. So, yeah, I learned the play today, and that I did not know before.
Yeah, just to reiterate, I hadn't read this one either, so I feel like it's good to read it, isn't it?
I learned so many English references. All these other comedies are set on foreign shores, and this one just feels like I don't know. It was like looking at someone's like NASCAR, outfit. There were just he was just dropping names, products, like everything. His audience must have been obsessed with this. I say that with no foundational knowledge, but like it had everything they knew, which is little of what I know.
Monty, kick to you for the YouTube. Anything in the tubers?
We have an answer that says, crotchets here means peculiar notions, which seems appropriate to this play. And also that someone needs to make a Shakespeare video game, and a shout out for CJ Lewis's amazing ending track. The video version.
It's so dope.
The video game version of the song is stellar. So thank you, CJ. Well done.
Yeah. Second cue for the C is what words, phrases, images popped out to you today?
Buck.
Basket.
I'll make vizards.
Every deer pun ever.
That line, "I'll have a bill in the Parliament for the putting down of men," is just a great line.
That's fun.
There's a lot of food references, it feels like.
Pumpion or pumpion is an antiquated word for pumpkin. I think I'm going to use that. I'm going to bring it back.
And Pippins is apples, apparently.
Yep.
They mistook their erection.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
May we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of a good conscience, pursue him with any further revenge. Very specific.
From the YouTube, we have the corn money was awesome. So thanks, Casterline. Laughed out loud so many times. Well done. Wills, and I'll pull it sperm in my brewage. And also on YouTube, don't forget to send us your questions if you have questions for us. We got one more of our standards. You can also send us a couple, and we'll put those both to us and to you as well.
The standard we got.
More. I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man.
All right. Good. Dope. Our last question for the cast, which is the third regular question, is why is this play important to you right now? Why is this play important to you right now? Or is it not?
I think that it's what stood out to me as really important was women having other women's backs. I think that was something that was really important in reading this, because as funny as it is and over the top and sitcom-y and just out there, what it comes down to is that the only reason that things work out in the end was because of the women that came together and were like, we're going to take control. And no matter how on opposite sides we may be on some things, because they kind of had to pull in Mistress quickly from working for these men to come onto the women's side. It was important that they were able to have that dialogue and say hey, we need to do this together, and justice was had at the end, which was really important.
I love that. I also feel like this is one of the few Shakespeare comedies that feels like a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, where even the stuff that's serious is never really taken that seriously. Anne Page marries somebody that neither her father nor her mother wanted, and they're like, okay, I guess it's fine, as opposed to Much Ado, where you actually have some very serious moments there that then get everything gets better and we end with the wedding. But this is one of the few where I feel truly we're just going whole hog with the it's not that the stakes aren't serious, it's that when proven wrong, it's we immediately go, okay, I guess it's fine.
I've always thought that for as silly as this play is, there's an interesting comment on how small, tight-knit cultures treat others, like capital O others, in the way that the people that we pick on specifically, like between Hugh and Dr. Caius, and just people who aren't in positions of power within your social structure. I mean, if you're going to look into it beyond just the pure sitcom level, I think that there's some interesting stuff to delve in there. I've always been intrigued by that.
From the chat, we have a response to one of y'all. I love that sometimes, just not taking it too seriously. We also have love triumphs overall, rakes like Falstaff, and overwatchful parents as well. And we have an earlier response to one of the phrases that stuck out. Mistook their erection is a reference to the dispute that made the company move to Southwark and build the Globe Theatre. That is definitely why I found it funny, but it's definitely the only reason I found that line funny. That's really interesting, though. And we also have our first question from the audience. How does Shakespeare manage to make Falstaff a sympathetic character? He should not be, but he is.
Oh, we always laugh at the fool, don't we? And the buffoon, and laughing at other people's vulnerabilities or their foolishness. Yeah, that's always kind of a staple of comedy.
And their pain. I don't know why we laugh at people's pain,
Right.
but we do. That's tough love.
I guess it's like if he was a powerful character, then it might be less funny. But the fact is that he never has the actual power in the scenes because everyone's always playing a trick on him.
Yeah. He's on the hustle, and every time he's in the room with one of the women, he's not the smartest person in the room. So you can go, the poor schmo. You know, I mean, he's gonna lose. You know, early on he's gonna lose. You know, because he's playing one game and he's playing checkers, and everybody and the women are playing chess, and no.
That's interesting. I've never thought about that. In the trajectory of John Falstaff, this is kind of one of the first times that he's not the smartest person in the room.
Right. And it's interesting because as far as I know, this play exists because Queen Elizabeth said to Shakespeare, you ought to give Falstaff his own play and a comedy. And she's Queen Elizabeth, so she was the smartest person in the room with Shakespeare, and he said, okay. And so he writes this play, and the women are the stronger, more capable. I mean, I just think it's fascinating within the context of he writes the two, Mistress Page and Mrs. Ford's letters, and they don't go to their husbands. They don't need their husbands. It's like, what are we going to do about this? And no, I don't know. I just always find it's just a fun show to do. I think, it's got the weird, I mean, the fairy scene at the end is just Shakespeare going, look, let's not take this play seriously. This is how I'm going to end it. We're going to believe in fairies.
From the chat, we have, in response to that question, he left room in the role for the actor to be endearing. And in this case, Jimmy, he was. And last question before we pop on over to that Patreon company pub, which if you'd like to join, you can go to patreon.com/Shakespeare Happy Hours right now. If you're not already what are the levels? Well or Top Shelf, I think those are the names. You can join us there after this. The last question is, was the entire French accent, I have to find it again in the chat, this was asked earlier, was the whole French accent a setup for the turd joke? This is the most important question of the night.
I think that accents were the entire setup for this entire play. That
Shakespeare can answer that question probably.
Great. On that, well done, y'all. And thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully we'll see you in the pub. If not, we'll see you back here on Friday for The Merchant of Venice.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.